Okay, so once we have our slides made, we want to be able to customize the backgrounds. Easiest way to customize the background is by going to Format, Slide Background, and simply choosing a color. If you find that you are behind on a project, maybe you were gone a day, maybe your project didn't save the correct way, you had to start over, maybe it's just taking you a little bit longer to get the information down. If you are finding that you are behind, this is the easiest way to get a background on there. That took only 3 seconds to do, and that is considered a background and you can be done. So some of this is about budgeting your time correctly. A background is very easy to put on. It does not need to take a ton of time. Now, if you have extra time and you want to get creative, here are some other things that you could do. You could choose a gradient. If you choose a gradient, the first thing you have to do is choose a style. And any of these work. Once you choose a style, you can choose a background color. Okay. You can add colors by hitting Add Color. You can see that I'll get an extra little arrow there. Okay. And I can adjust how much I'm seeing of the different colors. Okay. And I can hit Apply. Okay. Let's say that I don't want one of these colors. I can click on it, on the arrow, and hit Delete Color. You have to have at least 2 colors on a gradient. So if you only have 2 arrows, it's not going to let you delete one of them. So you got to have at least 2. So if you want to delete, let's say a color, you got to add one first before you delete the other one. Okay. So one way to customize the color. Another background choice is to use a picture or a texture, in particular a texture. You want to be very careful. These are pre-made ones that the computers have. So let's say I choose this one. Okay, this is very difficult to read. I cannot read the text, and if you can't read the text, you've made a poor choice in a background and you're not going to get credit for it. So I would have 2 choices. Either change the background or change the text color. Okay, so maybe I would come in here and say, okay, instead of black, I need to change my text color maybe to white. And so now when I type, I can see it very easily and now it's acceptable. Okay. So please just be aware of that when you are choosing your backgrounds, that you might need to change the text color to make it work. Okay. In the same way, if you go to Slide Background, you could choose a pattern. So let's say I choose this one, and I choose white, and normally, typically, it will come up as black. Now, if I have something like that, that's very difficult to read. And even if I come in here, and let's say choose green, and I type, that still is extremely difficult to read. That's not going to be a good choice. So we have 2 choices. Choose a different background. Okay. So maybe instead of doing this one, I change the color. Okay, so I'm going to come over to pattern, and maybe I make it like an orange and a lighter orange so that now it works. Or my other option is I could also change my text box. I could format this text box, and right now, instead of it saying no fill, because no fill means that it's clear, maybe I change it to be white, white, so that it's very easy to read. Do I still have a background around it? Absolutely. I've just added it so that the text box is easy to read.